True Gentleman Barbershop is our sponsor for this podcast, and with me I have Angela Garcia. She's a resident barber here at the True Gentleman Barbershop, and she's been cutting hair for about 25 years. She hails from Southern California. Congratulations on winning Clarksville's best barbershop and best barber category this year. It takes a lot of hard work, and certainly this barbershop is busy. Seeing as how it's inside of a tattoo shop, which is pretty unheard of. You want to tell us a little bit about yourself and what brought you to Tennessee from California?
Sure. So I born and raised in California, and I wanted a fresh start. So I am also a Navy veteran. So wanting to try something different, I came out to the South. My mom lives out here. My brother's stationed at Fort Campbell. I took my daughter, she's 14, started over, and my brother actually told me about this barbershop because he used to come here.
Oh, yeah, I remember
and he
you
still
said that
does.
to me.
So now I just cut his hair. So that's how I ended up coming here.
Yeah, that's a pretty competitive market out in California.
Yes, it is.
Barbering and tattooing, right? So barbering and tattooing, it goes back to turn of the century.
Yes.
Being kind of a hand-in-hand,
Yeah, they coincide
business
together.
Yeah,
Yes.
a lot of history there.
Yes.
Throughout the Prohibition and the Great Depression, and to me, I can't think of anything better that goes together besides peanut butter and jelly is tattooing and barbering.
Yes.
Right. So, on a day-to-day basis, would you say the clientele is mostly military or?
Yes, for the most part, being close to Fort Campbell, we do have a lot of military, but not only that, we have a lot of veterans still that are still coming through here and working civilian jobs now.
Thank you for your service too, by the way.
Thank you for yours.
You said Navy, right?
Yes, Navy.
Yeah, Navy.
Yes, so always a pleasure. It's not something you ever take back, and I know you know this too.
Sure. Something, I feel like I put my uniform on almost every day.
I would too if it still fits.
No, I mean metaphorically. Metaphorically. Mine won't fit either. Like,
know,
don't get me fucked up.
Happens,
my uniform ain't fitting, okay? So, but, metaphorically, when I say that, I mean, you and I come from an old military kind of mentality, right? So we were taught to live and breathe our values, right? Our military values. And I'm sure that the Army values is similar to the Navy values.
Yes, they are.
But also, my grandfather was a Navy war hero. He did 26 months of combat over Okinawa and Iwo Jima during the Pearl Harbor invasion. Navy Cross, Valor. Nice. He was a tail gunner on a bomber, and he was in Doolittle's raid. Doolittle actually made it off the aircraft carrier, the SS Hornet, which just if anybody's wondering, that was the last wooden deck aircraft carrier that was in the fleet, right?
That's amazing.
It's a little bit of history,
Yeah.
So they found that launching the bombers off of a wooden deck was going to give them a little bit of an advantage, wood versus whatever the decking material now is. So, but I think that's really cool that you were in the Navy, and there's a lot of history there with the Navy. So I've recently found out around Fort Campbell that we have Air Force here.
Yes, we do.
Marines and Army, right? So, yes, it's a good place. I think a lot of people who get stationed at Campbell and they retire here, they kind of stay here.
Yes.
What would you say the reason is? Not the weather, right?
No, definitely not the weather.
The weather's kind of fucking terrible.
It's super sunny here. No, I think it's just more of a family-oriented kind of community.
Right.
And like you said, it's kind of a melting pot being here, because one of the things I always say, driving down Fort Campbell, tiny town, brings back of driving in LA or San Diego, because everyone drives at their own pace because we're all from different areas of the U.S. So I
agree 100%. Oh, not even the U.S. anymore, but the world.
World, yes, the world.
Right, the world.
Yes.
What do you think one of the reasons that made you want to become a barber, like out of the Navy?
I always like feeling that feeling of when you change someone's appearance and they turn around and they see and they're like, they didn't think that it was gonna, their expectations it's like when you get something from Amazon, you try it on and it's not what you expect. So now when you turn the client around and they see what you actually can do and what comes out, it's I like having that makeover feeling.
So change in someone's appearance.
Yes.
Right.
And then makes them feel better about
Makes
themselves.
them feel better. Makes you
Yes.
feel good.
Yes.
Okay.
So just seeing someone smile in general, that's what makes my day for me.
So it's instant gratification.
Yes, it is.
Okay, instant gratification. I love that. And that's one thing I can say about tattooing, right? Is that person that came in to you to get that tattoo, it meant something to them.
Yes.
It's important, right? And you always want to get tattooed by someone who is just as excited about your tattoo as you are.
Yes.
Right? And then, I tell my clients this all the time, right? You want to pick an artist, right, based on what style you want, and if it's their style that they do, you're going to get your best tattoo.
Yes.
Because that's a style that they absolutely love doing, right? So, I think for me as an artist and you as a barber, I think we're both. It's both artistry in some way, but I also love the gratification
Yes.
of when they look in the mirror and they're all smiles and.
Because you're making their day. You're making
Right.
them over.
Right.
That's the expectation is usually, honestly, all of us sit there and we're like, yeah, well, we'll see how close they can get. But when they turn around and they see
Sure.
that, California, I wondered why it was always hashtag #FDizzy or locally hated.
Right. Well, so
where does that come from?
man, well, let's get right into that.
Okay.
So, I've been in business 12 years, going on 13 years. Everybody wants to do it like this, but no one can. I'm tell you why. Because they don't have the resilience, they don't have the patience, they don't have the knowledge, they don't have the long game, right? This is the long game. This is not open up a shop, 6 months, 8 months, grab that cash, let's go. When I set up in Clarksville, I set up for the long haul. This is the long game. How you sustain the long game in a saturated industry is what? You got to have something different. You got to offer something different. So that comes with some hatred, right? And it's just based off sheer jealousy or the fact that they just aren't able to do it for whatever reason. Could be DNA flaw, could be something wrong with their personality. I don't fucking know. But all I know is that I've been doing it for a long time. That's the long haul. People don't like that. Do with my tattoo ability. Anything you ever read about me, nothing, they don't say nothing about my tattoos, right? It's just, fuck that guy, whatever, da-da-da, right? And it's really, honestly, because it's the lack thereof on their part, not mine. I've literally never met most of these people who constantly have my name in their mouth, but I'm not mad. Every time I get a good hashtag from one of them, I jump on it with a sticker, a hat, a T-shirt. To me.
So that's where the phrases come from.
Yes, these are just people, keyboard warriors. They like to get on social media and run their fucking mouth because they have nothing better to do, right? So, I kind of entertain it.
Well, that's what they say. Haters make you famous. So,
well,
might as well.
Yeah, and they hate us because they ain't us, and there's a reason why I'm the only tattoo barbershop in the state of Tennessee because it's literally almost impossible to run a tattoo barbershop, and I'll tell you why. You got 6 or 7 different personalities in this barbershop. You got 6 or 7 different personalities in this tattoo shop. And it's very chatty, very gossipy, very, very mixed all the time. You know what I mean? It's like trying to be in charge of a 6th grade class and a 7th grade class of like,
you're on technical difficulty.
it's really hard to maintenance, right? So you really got to be very patient, very resilient, very just like diplomatic. Right, if that's a good word to use.
Yeah.
So, I definitely know for a fact that Love Blood Ink Tattoo is probably responsible for 17, 18 shops in this town because hundreds have worked here.
Yes.
You know.
And there have been a few since I've been here.
Well, the thing is, right, is that
and I started here last October.
hey, no one's forced to work here, right? But you got to understand that this is a business model. That there's no one in town that has a front end, has management, has social media team, has an aftercare line, has a full merchandise line. It's literally come in, $60, $80 tattoo, out the door. If we never see you again, it's okay. That's not the case here. I want to see our clients all the time. I want them to come in for the haircut. I want them to come in for the tattoo. I want them to come in just because they hadn't seen us in a while, right? We form relationships in a very intimate industry. There's nothing more intimate to me in a service industry is a tattoo, right? And a haircut. The difference between you and I is you get multiple times.
Yes.
To make a correction. When you're tattooing, you get one chance.
Yeah, that's scarier.
Hair grows back. Tattoos are there forever, right? So, but at the same time, I feel like our scope of it is very parallel because it's very important to us. It's a service industry. You certainly aren't thinking in your mind if you mess up a haircut, oh, that'll grow back.
Yeah, 2 weeks.
That'll grow back.
Go.
You know, so what's going through my mind?
It's permanent.
Does anybody need a COVID swab?
It was like a COVID swab.
Or a
throat
lozenge.
Yeah, I was like.
Does anybody need a lozenge? So, you know, anyway, I wanted to just to get off of like really kind of making this listener friendly. And the whole reason I started this podcast is because I want an open forum where I'm not sitting behind a keyboard commenting
Yes.
on bullshit posts. And if anybody wants to call me out on anything that I have to say, they have to come down here and sit in that chair.
I'm like, okay.
Right? So for the record, if you got something to fucking say, 265 Stone Cross Drive, Suite D, right? So that's basically what this is for. So we can talk about anything. This is safe right here, right?
This is a safe place.
It's a safe place, right? Only because I have insurance. But no, we can literally talk about anything. This is our amendment rights to be able to talk openly and freely about anything that we really want without, you know, deferring or defamation or slander. You know, we're not here talking about anybody in specific or, you know, we're not talking about religion or politics because you don't want to get me on either one of those topics. Like, out business me, out shop me, out tattoo me.
Well,
before you can run your mouth about me, outdo me.
We'll still be there next year.
Just outdo me. Listen, I have a competitive spirit. I literally want one shop in this town. And anybody listening, if you're a shop owner or you're a tattoo artist, please, just try. Just try to do
Dizzy
something.
has lots of ideas that he wants to do.
Yes, just
Like, what's next, Dizzy? What's next for you out there?
What's next?
Yeah.
Oh, shit. Well, let's see. I think that my next step is going to be the only tattoo barbershop barista in the USA.
We're gonna have tattoo artists and barbers all wired up, amped up to do your hair and tattoos.
That's right.
Some shaves.
That's right.
Shaky hands.
You know, we'll get the tattoos done with a quick.
Just to get them in.
So, but I think that's a genius idea. But my ideas that I have that I don't spend overnight. So from conception of, you know, I helped design this whole entire building. I did the layout and the measurements, and I did the design for this entire tattoo barbershop studio. I already had the foresight to know that when the time was right, that I was going to initiate some sort of lounge, some sort of place
Ambiance.
where you can sit and enjoy a cup of coffee or an iced coffee, maybe your favorite energy drink, or maybe a protein shake or a smoothie, have a bite to eat. Two important things before and after a tattoo, right? Stay hydrated, get something to eat. Everybody knows that,
Yep.
right? So that's always been my vision, is to really encompass a place that is a destination that is suited for everyone.
Well, one-stop shop.
It's a one-stop shop, right? Get your tattoo, get your haircut, get your coffee,
Get some
whatever.
coffee.
You know,
Good
hey,
to go.
really, you know what? So, why am I the first person to think of this?
It's a lot of work. I feel like it's a
Yeah,
lot of work.
but you know what? Why am I the first person to say, hey, you know what would be a great idea? But we're going on 13 years now. Okay, tattoo shop, barbershop. So I opened up the tattoo shop, 2012, and then I opened up the barbershop 2016, put the two together. So now it's 2023, going on 2024. Now it's time, right? Now it's time to engage and bring together my vision. It's been a vision for, ever, is a tattoo barbershop barista. I just can't believe that no one's thought of it before me. But hey, they've had 48 years.
I think it'll be definitely the first one I've ever heard of.
Well, yeah, Google already told me it's the only one.
Oh.
We have a little word from our sponsor, Nature's Beast Tattoo Aftercare, #1 leading tattoo aftercare on the planet. And with us today we have Debbie. Debbie.
I put this on everything.
There it is. She puts that on everything.
Everything, and it's organic.
What you can expect by tuning in to For the Record is to expect the unexpected. You literally don't know what we're going to talk about. You don't know when Debbie's going to be back. Hell, Debbie might come back
right now. She might be right here.
Debbie might come back, and next time we film or do the podcast.
She'll tell us how she made her Christmas dinner with Nature's Beast.
Hey, if Debbie's out there, Debbie, when you come back, we want to hear about your Thanksgiving dinner.
Yes.
Okie dokie.
Added with Nature's Beast.
Yeah, there you go. Right. So, hey, and if Debbie's telling you she puts that shit on everything, she means that she puts that shit on everything. Okay.
All natural.
So it's all natural.
All natural
right?
ingredients.
How can you go wrong?
Yes.
Right.
that turkey or the ham glaze.
Yeah, ham glaze.
Yes.
There you go.
Oh.
So I hope this was entertaining for everyone. I hope it sparked a little bit of creativity. I hope that
Controversy.
I hope it gave you 20 more things
to hate Dizzy for.
To hate me for. But I also hope that it gave you one more reason to lay down at night right before you go to sleep, and the last thing you think about is me. Good night, people.